بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم والكتاب المبين
الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Today, inshallah, I would like to shed light on the statement of some of our predecessors, amongst them Imam Ahmad rahimahullah and other imams in the past and scholars in the present. They said Al-Khawarij hum al-Murjiah. The Khawarij are the real Murjiah, or they are the Murjiah. What is the meaning of this statement? Because I used this statement in replying on some of the takfiris nowadays, the followers of Al-Qaeda and ISIS and Nusra and those kinds of groups nowadays. And also the other groups who pretend to be peaceful and to pretend to only indulge in political work and not militant work, but still they carry the same thoughts of the takfiris who declare the societies kafir and declare everyone who is not in their group to be a kafir, or actually treat him as a kafir, if not pronounce the name kafir, but they treat others as kafirs. They don't consider them part of Muslims. That's why it's easy for them to kill them and shed their bloods in any way, whether suicide attacks or hijacking airplanes or any other action which involves killing the innocent people, whether Muslims or non-Muslims. So those people actually nowadays call Sunnah, who follow the principles of Sunnah, especially the principle of obeying the Muslim ruler and also giving him advice and things like that. They consider anyone who does that to be a non-Muslim, and they call them Murjiah. Actually, they deserve this name, Murjiah, and not the Sunnah. Why do they deserve this name? Because we mentioned the linguistic meaning of irja, and that is to make something lag behind. In this case, they make faith for everyone to lag behind, that he is not faithful, he is not Muslim. And the only ones who are faithful and Muslims are them. That's what they think, that's what they believe. So in this sense, they are the ones who carry this disease of irja. They are more worthy to be called al-Murji'ah than others because of this. This is the meaning of the statement of Imam Ahmad, and he said it in his time, replying on the Khawarij of his time, those who declared the Muslims kafirs and things like that. And nowadays it's the same thing. Those who follow the way of Khawarij, they call Sunnah Murjiah. because Ahl Sunnah do not agree with them in their false rules of declaring people kafirs. Ahl Sunnah do not agree with them. Ahl Sunnah follow the rules that are based on the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, regarding the ruling with the Sharia, the ruling with the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they say anyone who rules with other than the rule of Allah is a kafir, and there is no detailed knowledge or something like that, but just if you don't rule with the rule of Allah, then you are not a Muslim. And they cite some verses from Quran which do not mean what they want. They mean something else other than what they use them for. And this is their way in many other aspects. They use verses of Quran in a distorted way. They take a meaning which is not the true meaning of this verse. And they think that by this they are supporting their innovations with Quran and Sunnah. Quran and Sunnah has been to understood properly, and the proper understanding is the understanding of the scholars of Ahl Sunnah, whether our predecessors or the contemporary scholars who follow the way of the predecessors. And those people, as I mentioned earlier, they don't consider our scholars to be Muslims, let alone to be worthy of taking their opinions or taking their understanding. They don't consider them to be Muslims altogether. And therefore, they go by their own understanding, and they placed themselves, or they were placed by some ignorance as scholars. And therefore, they declare whoever they want to be kafir. And if you don't agree with them, then you are also subject to be called a kafir by them. You are subject to be called a kafir by them easily, because you don't agree with them on their ruling of declaring someone a kafir. So those Khawarij of nowadays are both rebellious against the Sunnah. If we explain Khuruj to be rebellious, they are rebellious against the Sunnah and against the scholars of Ahl Sunnah, and they are also Murji'ah in a sense that we explained earlier about Imam Ahmad rahimahullah. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.